If you're approaching retirement or you're even many years away from it, it can be a maze of confusion when it comes to actually taking your pension benefits and thinking about how much income you can actually take. Unlike your state pension, which is a fixed amount that you will get at a certain age, with your private pension, the decision really rests with you. In this video, we're going to focus on the two main ways that you can access your pension benefits in retirement. We're going to look at Flex Access Drawdown and an annuity. We'll look at how much income you can take from both options, as well as touch on the benefits and advantages of each one. So that we can relate the video to your own circumstances, I'm going to give examples based on notional fund values of 100,000, 250,000, and finally, if you're lucky enough, 500,000 pension values. I'll briefly explain what drawdown and annuities actually are before running the numbers. If you're confident you have a good grasp of both options, you can simply jump ahead to the potential pension income using the chapters in the video. With drawdown, you have full control over how much you can take from your pension and the timing of any withdrawals. You can take as much or as little income as you like, and you have the ability to change the amount once you start to take an income. The remaining fund that is not taken as income is invested, and so has the potential for any investment growth. This can help support the longevity and sustainability of the pension fund, although this can be a double-edged sword. Investment returns are poor or worse than expected. It's very common for those who retire perhaps before their state pension age to take more drawdown income from their retirement savings before then reducing their drawdown income once they're in receipt of their state pensions. Although the flexibility is great of drawdown, it does come at a cost. If you take too much income or investment returns are poor, there's a real chance that you could run out of money. With people living longer than ever, this can also strain your pension fund, as it may have to support a retirement well in excess of 30 years. Data from the Financial Conduct Authority in 2021 found that the average retiree in drawdown was taking 8% of their pension a year. It doesn't take a mathematician to work out that at these levels, it's not really going to be sustainable. For annuities, we're going to focus on lifetime annuities. With an annuity, you essentially swap your pension fund in return for a guaranteed income that's paid for life. It's possible to add inflation protection so that the income maintains its purchasing power each year. With a single life annuity, the income will die with you. Again, it's also possible to add a survivor's pension, which can be a percentage of the income at the date of your death, such as 50%. So if John died and the annuity pension at the time of his death was 50k a year, his wife would get a reduced annuity payment of 25k, assuming it had a 50% survivor pension attached to it. Once she died, the annuity would then stop. Now let's turn to how much income you can get from your pension if you go down the drawdown route. We're going to use some assumptions. So this is for a male who was retired at age 63, who is in good health. He's going to receive his full state pension at age 66. According to the Office for National Statistics, the life expectancy for a 63-year-old is age 85. So we'll set it so their drawdown pension is extinguished at this age. We're also going to assume they're invested in a balanced portfolio that returns 6% a year and will deduct 0.75% for investment and platform fees. So this will leave us with a net return of 5.25. Finally, we'll assume the income increases each year by inflation so that it maintains its purchasing power. For inflation, we'll assume this is 3% a year, which is closer to its long-term average rather than the crazy amounts that we've seen over the past year or two. With a £100,000 pension, you'll be able to take an initial income from the outset of £5,751, which, if you remember, increases with inflation. We've set it so the pension fund would run out at age 85. By age 75, the remaining pension fund will be worth just under 70k. Now, to show you how drawdown can go wrong and its biggest disadvantage, the uncertainty, let's use the same assumptions for the 100k pension we just looked at. But in this example, let's base the income taken on the FCA study of the 8% withdrawal rate, so £8,000 a year initially. We'll also assume investment returns are lower than in the past and use a lower growth rate of 3% a year. So using these assumptions, in this example, the pension would run out at age 76, which would be crucially before life expectancy of 85. meaning if this was you, you could face an uncertain financial future in your final years, which is not a very appetizing prospect. How about if you opted for an annuity? Well, it's going to depend on the type of annuity that you set up. If you opted for a single life annuity that increases with inflation, this will provide an income of £4,442. This is an effective annuity rate of 4.42% of the pension fund. You can use the effective annuity rate for any fund value, but be warned, annuity rates can change frequently, as we'd seen in the graph earlier. If you wanted to protect against your pension dying with you and providing your loved ones with some form of income after you've gone, you could add a 50% survivor pension with a 5-year guarantee. However, this would come at a cost, and this would reduce the income down to $3,780. This reduces the effective annuity rate down to 3.78%. Don't forget to factor in your state pension. Now, you can obtain this and what it's projected to be by completing a state pension forecast. If we assume you're going to receive the full state pension, this will provide an income of close to £10,600. If we include the state pension, you can see the potential total amount of income for Drawdown compared to annuity on the screen now. Drawdown and your state pension could provide an income of over £16,000 per year, and a joint life annuity and state pension, a lower income of £14,380 a year. Although the security of a guaranteed income is great, an annuity does have its disadvantages. If you died at age 74 and you'd selected a single life annuity, well, that's it. The annuity is going to die with you. However, if you remember with Drawdown, if you died prematurely at age 74, your loved ones could inherit the remaining pension fund of £70,000, completely tax-free. The Retirement Living Standards study found that for a single person looking to enjoy a minimum standard of living in retirement, you'd need an income of £12,800 for a single person. If you're able to save just a relatively modest amount in your pension, as we've seen, this can take you well past this and on your way to a comfortable retirement. How about if you have a pension worth $250k? If you opted for Drawdown, you'll be able to take an initial income of £14,500 that increases by inflation each year. By age 75, your pension would still be worth just under £175k. If you went with an annuity, a single life annuity could provide you with an income of £11,382. If you again opted for the joint life annuity, this would reduce the income down to £9,500. Factoring in the state pension, you can see what the potential total incomes would be for each option. Along with your state pension, the Drawdown route, you'd be looking at a combined income of over £25,000, and if you went down the joint life annuity option, this would give you a lower income of just over £20,000. Finally, let's look at how much income you could take if you're lucky enough to have a pension worth £500k. With Drawdown, you could take an income of £29,177 and increases with inflation. If you remember, the pot would be extinguished at age 85. Along with your state pension, this would be an income of almost £40k, which would give you an extremely comfortable retirement and being able to afford those cruises around the world or whatever it is you like to do. If you were to snuff it at age 74, your beneficiaries could inherit the remaining pension pot completely tax-free, which will be worth £372k. This is one of the biggest advantages of Drawdown compared to the annuity, the potential death benefits. If you opted for the annuity, if you went down the single life route, this would provide an index-linked income of £22,668. If you opted for a joint life annuity, this will provide an income of £19,057. Including the state pension, you can see the potential total income for each option on the screen now. Drawdown and the state pension could result in an annual income just shy of 40k, and if we see with the annuity option, this could be a lower income of around £29,657. So what's the best option for you? Well, the answer is it depends, and a YouTube video isn't going to be able to answer that. It's going to depend on many factors such as how comfortable you are with investment risk and volatility, and your experience, and if you're going to bail out when the stock market inevitably crashes. If that makes you nervous and the thought of seeing your money drop in value, then the security of a guaranteed income could be a good option. Other factors will be important, such as if you've got any other retirement income, your health, the age at which you wish to retire, and if you want to pass on your remaining pension to anyone. It's important to know how much income you can roughly take from your pension, but if you don't know how much income you need in retirement, well, it's not very useful. So watch this video, which looks at how you can calculate how much you need to retire and how you can see if you're on track to reach this number.